What's up guys, good morning. We are about to do something really exciting. We're at the Midwives office and Shyla is about to get her 36-week ultrasound, which we never got to do with Addison. I think 20 weeks was the last ultrasound, so we are really excited. He's like fully developed and we're about to walk in and get the ultrasound done. Are you excited?
Yeah, I got it.
You got stickers?
Yeah, scissors.
Show your stickers.
Show me. No, I want to see. This one. Bird.
Bird.
Cute.
Duck.
So you guys, I kind of messed up on the way over here. I was like almost positive there is a Chick-fil-A on the way, or there's two, but we passed one. I was like, I'm gonna go to the next one, and I never saw it. So we got closer and closer, and we never got to stop and eat. And when we don't eat, Shyla gets a little bit nauseous, so I'm sorry.
Well, just because at first I was like, oh, let's stop, and we usually stop and just get like Dunkin' Donuts or something. And Anthony's like, well, what about if we went to Chick-fil-A? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then there was no Chick-fil-A. So
Yeah.
I have to wait until after the appointment to eat.
So let's get this done. Check this baby out.
You better.
It's a little better. A cross section of his skull, basically. Okay. So yeah, that's a little contrast. A little bit, you see a little better. So an hour later, we are finally out of there. And that was a fun appointment. We got to obviously hear his heartbeat. We get to do that every single time. And then we did the ultrasound, which you guys saw. And it was just a quick one because you can't really see anything. He's so big right now. But they just wanted to make sure that he is in fact head down and ready for birth because we're 36 weeks. Countdown is beginning. Technically, I can't give birth at the birthing center until 37 weeks. So if I were to like go into labor right now, I would have to go to the hospital. But we're gonna count on waiting until at least 38 weeks because as you guys know, we don't have any like family or anything here to watch Addie for when we need to come to the birthing center. And my grandmother and my sister are flying up here in 2 weeks. So they're gonna come up here and they're gonna be here for 9 days. So we're gonna we have to make labor happen within those 9 days. So anyway, I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit more. I know some people kind of don't know what a birthing center is or like why we like chose to go to the birthing center, especially because we had Addison at the hospital if you've been watching our vlogs for that long. So I'm gonna chat with you guys a little bit about that later, but first.
I'm gonna need an extra large hot coffee, extra cream, no sugar. And a large hot coffee, regular cream and sugar.
Here's your coffee. I'm getting your water.
Elvis is outside right now, living his best life. We actually got this little thing right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes in the ground and then it has a leash that connects to him. So he's on the leash. That way he can hang out outside for a little bit because we don't have a fence yet. We're gonna get one soon, hopefully. Because he has a push-in snout, he gets like overheated quickly and stuff. So we only let him out there for like a little bit, just to like hang out, get some sunshine, and then he usually comes inside. So he's been outside for like 5 minutes. Elvis, you wanna come inside? You wanna come inside? You wanna come inside? It feels so nice outside. It's sunny, but like it's not humid, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. So it's been quite a few days since we filmed anything. There's just been like a lot going on. I'm trying to like get caught up on everything and all of that before the baby gets here. So it's just been like a lot going on over here. But I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about like midwifery and why we chose to go with the midwives and the birthing center. If you don't know what a midwife is, I'm not gonna go into like super detail because I don't know like all the correct terms. But in my experience, the midwives are just, they have better like bedside manner. They're just a little bit more natural and they're women. And like with an OB, I had a male doctor and he kind of, I mean, it was just my experience, but I felt like he had a little bit of a cold bedside manner. And so the midwives are just like more natural, I guess you could say. That's a nice thing to go with a midwife, especially if you're having like your first birth or your first baby and you don't really like know anything about birth. Because I remember when I was pregnant with Addie, I asked a couple questions and he made me feel like an idiot when I would ask. But you know, it's like, they're just not as like soft, I guess, as some of the midwives might be. They're just more understanding, and like they genuinely love their job to, you know, be a midwife and to deliver babies, and you can just tell that they love their job.
I've been to just about every single one of Shyla's appointments at the midwives, and everyone is just super nice, and they're all about what's best for mom and baby, and it's just been a really good experience. When we got pregnant up here, since we moved to South Carolina, we were looking for a doctor, and actually a lot of the OBs like wouldn't take new patients.
Yeah.
So then we came across the midwife website, and they would take new patients, so we thought we'd give it a try.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that we ended up going with the midwives. Like, I definitely recommend midwives because you can birth usually. I mean, I don't know how it is all everywhere, but I know with our midwives, you can go to the birthing center or you can go to the hospital. It's up to you. The midwife is just who takes care of you and then delivers the baby. So with that being said, we chose the birthing center instead of the hospital. A lot of people think I'm crazy, and then some people are like, yes, that's the way to go. So it's just personal preference, honestly. I went to the hospital with Addison. I had an epidural with Addison, and also we weren't allowed to film in the hospital. So if you watched Addison's birth vlog, it was all very like kind of sneaky. We weren't supposed to be filming or getting any footage, so we got what we could, and it really wasn't like what we wanted. So the birthing center, you go all natural. There is no epidural, there's no medication. So it's all natural. My body's just gonna do what it's gonna do, and I'm gonna deliver the baby with no interceptions, no medication.
They do have certain things there if anything were to go wrong, and then also the hospital is right across the street.
So that's what made me feel like really comfortable with it, is that the hospital is right across the street, and like they're not, like they're part of the Greenville health system up here, just in case of anything, because Addison was in NICU for almost 2 weeks and it was kind of like traumatizing. So it makes me feel definitely really, really comfortable to be in that kind of situation, being at the birth center so close to the hospital. Also, a lot of people for some reason think that midwives means water birth. I've had so many people be like, oh, so you're gonna have a water birth? And I'm like, that doesn't, like, midwives don't equal water birth. I don't know why everyone thinks that. You can give birth however you want at the birthing center. They have it all set up, like one of the rooms, and you'll see, like, because we're gonna film the birth obviously, but the one birthing center room looks like a giant hotel room with everything you would need equipped to deliver a baby. There is like a sling thing in there to hold your belly. There's like stools that you can deliver on. There's a big walk-in shower. There's a birthing tub. There's a giant bed. It is like completely just, it looks so comfortable, and they have multiple rooms at the birthing center, and I can deliver however I want. So yes, I can deliver in the birthing pool if I want to, but that's not like a mandatory thing because I'm going with midwives. So it just depends, and honestly, you don't really know what you're gonna wanna do until it happens, you know? So I'm not planning anything. I'm just gonna wing it and see where I feel the most comfortable when the time comes, and well, that's where I'll deliver the baby.
So basically, it's nice to have the flexibility, and it's really, really gonna be nice that we can film whatever we want to. Like that was one of our first questions when we talked to the midwives is, can we film? And they said, yeah, we'll even hold the camera for you.
Yeah, they were like, a lot of the times we just take the camera, we'll film, we'll snap pictures, and like, they were so cool about it. And so that was a huge decision, like factor. So yeah, with all of that coming into play, that is why I chose the birthing center. I feel comfortable with the hospital being so close just in our situation, and I also like how natural they are. We can film at the birthing center. It is literally the entire opposite situation that I had with Addie. So she was a hospital, OB, epidural, the whole nine. And so this time around, I just thought it would be cool to experience just something different. So it's the complete opposite of what I've already experienced. So I do plan on doing a video, hospital versus birthing center and midwives versus OB, like the whole thing. Once I experience all of it to the fullest, that's when I'll just talk about it and like do a video on that.
All right guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.